3 hours left. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open it. Don't tell anyone. Be ready for good news coming to your house. Open it immediately. Don't try to skip this. I am speaking to you now as the breath within your breath, the quiet certainty rising in your chest, the warmth that touches your skin though no lamp is lit. I have watched your nights and your early mornings when doubt pressed on your ribs like a heavy stone, when your eyes searched the ceiling and your heart asked if I still see you, if I still hear you, if the weight meant anything at all. I have counted each tear you didn't show anyone, and I have measured the patience that bloomed in your silence. I tell you, nothing has been wasted. Every step you took when no one applauded became the path I am about to open in front of you. Every yes you gave me when it would have been easier to say no has become a key in my hand, and I am turning it now. You thought you were late, but you were in training. You thought you were forgotten, but you were being set apart. You thought the door was closed, but I had my hand on the handle the whole time, teaching you how to listen for the sound of me arriving. Listen now, there is a holy urgency in the air around you. The clock of your old sorrow has struck its final note. 3 hours is not threat, it is signal. It is the last stretch of a long night just before the sky begins to soften, the hush before birds remember their song. This is the hour when cages become doorways. This is the hour when the stone is rolled away. You have been tempted to call your life small because some people measured you with their narrow ruler and told you that what you carry is not enough. But they do not know the weight of the oil I have placed in your jar. They cannot see how I was filling you while you felt empty, how I was writing songs in your bones while you thought you were only whispering. Do not borrow their eyes. Take mine. Look again at what you call ordinary. It is the field where treasure is buried. It is the shore where I step close. It is the house where good news is already walking up the path even now. I know the names of every fear that stood at your threshold and said, "Turn back." I know the voices that rang in your head saying you were unqualified, unseen, unheard. I know the road you took that ended in thorns and how you blamed yourself for not discerning sooner, for not recognizing the trap. Hear me gently, I was with you even there, lifting you from the thorns without tearing the fabric of your soul. I have kept your tenderness alive. I have kept your capacity for wonder from going numb. That is why you can hear me now. That is why you can receive what others would drop. 3 hours is enough for me to change the address of your sorrow. 3 hours is enough for me to write your name on the wind so that help finds you. 3 hours is enough for me to gather what was scattered and return it with interest. When the time completes its circle, something will arrive at your door that carries the fragrance of my faithfulness, a message, a person, a release, a provision, a turn of events so precise that you will smile through tears and say, "Only God could have threaded this needle." Keep your peace close. Do not announce what I am weaving. Don't tell anyone until I tell you to speak. Not out of fear, but because some things grow best in quiet soil, and I am planting you a new season. Listen carefully to the instruction of my angel over you. Archangel Michael says, stand. Clothe yourself in light. Place truth around your waist and hope over your heart. Lift the shield you thought was too heavy and watch how it becomes weightless in your hand. The arrow fired at you will not find you. It will dissolve into ash before it can spell your name. This is the command: cross the threshold you hesitated to cross. Leave behind the habit of apologizing for your brightness. Advance. Michael has been stationed at the hallway of your next step, sword drawn not to frighten you, but to keep back whatever would try to follow you from the old season into the new. He says, open it, and I say, open it. Open the envelope of courage. Open the page you were scared to write. Open the door when I knock through the hands of the good news I have sent. You felt set aside and labeled it as rejection. I was setting you apart and naming it protection. There were rooms you begged to enter and I turned your face away. Now you see those rooms were full of smoke and mirrors, promises like paper crowns that crumple in rain. You thought you were losing time. You were being spared from wasting it. You thought your path was detoured. I was rerouting you around a sinkhole you could not see. This is why I ask you not to share every holy whisper with those who have not learned how to hold silence. Keep this between us while I unfold it. When it is time to testify, your words will carry the power of the finished thing, not the anxiety of the beginning. I have watched you be faithful in the small. I have seen you give from your little and bless even when you could have withheld. You did not curse your waiting, you watered it. You did not despise the day of modest beginnings, you made it a sanctuary for practice, a workshop for your hands. I saw you straighten the picture frame on the wall of your life when no one else would notice if it hung crooked. That straightness has attracted heaven's alignment. I am sending precision where you have endured guesswork. I am sending clarity where you navigated by faint outlines. Your next decision will not be a coin toss, it will be a compass. Do not fear the rumble you feel beneath your feet. It is not an earthquake of destruction, it is the subway of destiny arriving under your street. Doors will slide open in front of you and you will step into rooms that move you forward while you rest your head against the window and breathe. Not every acceleration feels like running. Sometimes it feels like being carried. Let yourself be carried. Your striving has done its job, your surrender will do the rest. Take your hand off the emergency brake you set in old seasons to protect yourself from disappointment. I am the one driving. Your safety is not an argument you have to win, it is a promise I have already signed. There is a conversation happening about you in places you have not entered yet. There are people thinking of your name with warmth right now, even while you read this. There are doors with your initials etched on the inside, waiting for you to press the handle from the other side. Some of what you lost will return by different roads in a form you did not expect. Do not reject it because the wrapping is new. Trust my handwriting on the package. When good news knocks, open it immediately. Don't let your history teach your hands to hesitate. I am not like the patterns that hurt you. I am not like promises that were broken. I am the promise who keeps himself. You have asked me, is it really my turn? Hear me, it is not only your turn, it is your hour. It is not only possibility, it is appointment. I am synchronizing. I am tuning the instrument of your life so that the song you play now will match what I have cued for the room you are about to enter. Do not tune yourself to old criticism. Do not lower your note to make others comfortable. Play the pitch I give you. The ones meant to harmonize will find you. The ones who preferred you dim will wander into their own lessons and thank you later for choosing light. I am touching your household. The threshold you cross will not be yours alone, it will spill like morning light into the rooms where those you love have been pacing. Peace will move the furniture in your family. Provision will arrive without shame attached to it. Reconciliation will spread like clean sheets over beds where sleep has been thin. Watch for small beginnings that are secretly large, an apology that feels like a drizzle but carries the promise of rain, a call that sounds casual but opens a corridor, a message that looks like logistics but is actually an invitation. Be ready. Do not over-explain your joy. Not everyone can hear thunder from far away, some must wait for lightning. Let your smile be the lightning. I am healing your timeline. I am blessing the younger you who did the best with what they knew. I am soothing the older you who worries about what remains. I am standing in the current you, taking both hands, telling you that grace is not late, that restoration does not need perfect conditions, that justice does not forget. Where there was shame, there will be shine. Where there was scarcity, there will be strategy and supply. Where there was wandering, there will be welcome. Where there was pressure, there will be purpose that fits like clothing made to measure. Archangel Michael says, guard your gates. Not everything that knocks deserves a chair at your table. But the good news bearing God's seal, open that door, and open it fast. The enemy has tried to counterfeit urgency in your life, to rush you into decisions flavored with anxiety. This urgency is different, it is an invitation wearing peace like a garment. Feel the difference. Panic shouts, purpose speaks. Fear points at the clock and laughs, love points at the clock and lifts your chin. In 3 hours, you will see how love keeps time. You will notice unusual alignment, emails landing at the perfect moment, words you needed to hear appearing in unexpected places, confirmations layered like fingerprints over your actions. Treat these not as coincidence, but as choreography. I am leading. Step when I step. Pause when I pause. If I say, wait, it is because the stagehand is shifting scenery for your next scene, and to rush would spoil the reveal. If I say, go, it is because the light is on your mark and the audience I invited has taken their seats. Your life will not be a display of frantic improvisation, it will be a story of practiced trust. Do not be afraid of favor. Sometimes favor makes you feel like you do not deserve your own miracle, like the room is too beautiful or the gift too large. Favor is not a debt you owe, it is a river you enter. Swim. Let yourself be surprised by how natural it feels to receive what matches your calling. You did not skip the lesson, you survived it. You did not bypass the process, you respected it. This is not a loophole, this is a harvest. I am not bribing you to believe, I am blessing you because you stayed. There will be a moment, watch for it, when you will be tempted to speak small about what I am doing, to laugh it off, to change the subject because the magnitude scares you. Resist that reflex. You do not have to announce to everyone, but do not deny to yourself. Stand in the largeness with humility, not with shrinking. The meek inherit the earth, not because they make themselves tiny, but because they keep their strength under my guidance. Your humility is not a mask for shame, it is the posture that lets you carry glory without burning your hands. I give you permission to outgrow what hurt you. I give you permission to end agreements you made with fear when fear promised to protect you from disappointment. I give you permission to walk through open doors without hoping they close so you can feel right about being unworthy. You are worthy because I call you mine. You are chosen because I wanted you. You are ready because I have readied you. I am the one who finishes what I begin, and I began a good work in you. 3 hours from now will be a marker stone, but do not think I am absent until then. I am already moving. The river is already rising. The answer is already on the way. Prepare your table. Clear your calendar of frantic apologies to people who misunderstood your calling. Gently release what clings to the hem of your progress. Pack light. Gratitude is your passport, honesty is your key, courage is your coat. Put them on. Breathe. Smile. Step forward. This is a holy secret between us for now. Keep it like a candle cupped in your palms against the wind. Don't tell anyone until I whisper, share it. Not because they are your enemies, but because I am teaching you the rhythm of revelation, seed, root, shoot, bloom. When the bloom appears, you will have words that do not tremble. You will tell your story not to prove you deserved it, but to point to me with steady hands. When you feel the old ache rise, speak this aloud, my seasons obey God. When you feel the old fear return, say, my name is written on his palm. When you wonder if you will know which door is the good news, remember this. Good news carries peace even while it asks you to move quickly. Good news makes your shoulders drop and your heart lift. Open it immediately. Don't try to skip this. This is the moment we made room for in every quiet prayer, every long wait, every small kindness that seemed to disappear into the ground. Nothing disappeared. It was all seed. I am near you as breath, ahead of you as dawn, behind you as a shield, beneath you as a floor no storm can break, above you as a banner that reads, Beloved. I am in the details, the ink drying on forms, the names that surface in your mind, the timing of traffic lights, the cashier who says the exact sentence that ends your hesitation. I am God of grand theaters and tiny threads, and I love to tie both together in one gesture so that you learn I am at home in everything that concerns you. Lift your head. Let your eyes meet mine. Feel the relief of not having to hold the entire world together by yourself. Feel the steadiness of my hand on your back. I am not sending you into a test, I am walking you into testimony. The storm's last growl is only the sky clearing its throat before it begins to sing. Your house will hear music again, not as noise but as meaning. Your laughter will return, not as a defense but as a river. Your sleep will deepen, not as escape but as trust. 3 hours left. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open it. Don't tell anyone. Be ready for good news coming to your house. Open it immediately. Don't try to skip this. The hour turns, the door opens, and grace steps through with your name on its lips. Receive what I send. Walk in what I reveal. And when the time is right, speak, not to prove, but to praise. I am with you in the waiting and in the arriving, in the whisper and in the shout, in the quiet hallway and at the open door. Your story is changing shape. Take my hand, and let's go home to the future I have already prepared. I'm speaking to you now with a nearness that feels like breath on your face, a warmth that settles on your shoulders like a mantle placed by loving hands, because I have chosen this exact moment to reach the very place your fear hides, the corner of your mind where old disappointments whisper, and the room in your heart where you have stood waiting longer than anyone knows. You have cried in secret and smiled in public, you have said, I'm fine, while your chest carried storms, and you have kept faith even when your faith felt like a single flicker in a wind that refused to calm. I saw every moment of that, and I have counted none of those tears as wasted. I turn every unseen ache into a seed, I bury it not for burial but for birth. I am planting new beginnings beneath the ground of what you thought was over. 3 hours left is not a threat to you, it is a countdown for the doors that have refused to open and the chains that acted like they were welded to your name. Archangel Michael says, I order you to open it. He is not commanding you to enter danger, he is commanding you to enter the answer I have been preparing while you slept. Don't tell anyone is not because I want you isolated, it is because some miracles grow best in quiet light before they are strong enough to be seen by crowds. Be ready for good news coming to your house, not merely to your phone or your thoughts, but to the place you call home, to your room where the pillow has known your prayers, to the door that will soon receive footsteps carrying what you asked me for and what you forgot to ask because you thought it was too much. Open it immediately is not a suggestion, it is a rescue from delay. Don't try to skip this. Don't try to skip this. Don't try to skip this. I am here. I have watched the hours that misled you, the clocks that told you you were late when you were right on time for me, the schedules that made you feel like life moved without you. I move time like rivers with the slightest curl of my finger. When I say now, time rearranges to agree with me. You feel the pressure of 3 hours as though they might vanish and leave you empty, but I tell you this, these 3 hours are thick with meaning, layered with arrangements, stitched with interventions you will only understand in hindsight. The message you are reading is not a coincidence, not a trick of suggestion, not a random crossing of words and wishfulness. I have learned how to speak into the language of your attention. I know when your guard is lower and your hope is reachable. I have chosen now. I have chosen you. My choice is not fragile, my love is not experimental, and my plan is not a sketch drawn in pencil. It is engraved in a place no storm can reach. I have sent Michael to stand where intimidation tried to live in your house. He does not come timidly. His armor is not decorative. He is ordered, precise, and patient, and he knows how to still the loud rooms in your mind. He says to you, I order you to open it. The it you are to open is the door you closed because you were tired of knocking. The it you are to open is the page you left blank because you were afraid of your own calling. The it you are to open is the conversation you postponed, the boundary you needed, the yes that scares you because it looks too bright for someone who has learned to get by in small light. Michael does not bring chaos to your schedule, he brings decision to your delay. He does not bring drama to your relationships, he brings courage to your honesty. He does not bring noise to your thoughts, he brings clarity that makes lies uncomfortable and sends them away. I saw the one who tried to make you doubt your own worth. I saw the situation that wore a friendly face but kept taking from your peace. I watched the pattern that disguised itself as normalcy while it kept you small. I was not absent, and I am not late. I have let the rope play out long enough for you to see what is rope and what is rescue, what is habit and what is healing. You do not have to explain yourself to those who refuse to see you. You do not have to justify your growth to those who prefer your earlier chapter. I am author and editor, and I am not ashamed to publish your new beginning in plain sight. The page is turning with or without applause. Your part is to agree with the turn. Good news is not a rumor today. Good news has direction. Good news has an address. Good news has your name handwritten where it cannot be misdelivered. I am not sending a maybe, I am sending a manifestation. The envelope carries my seal, the messenger carries my timing. You will feel it first as a softness in your chest, a sudden exhale, and then as a real change that you can place your hand on and say, "This is different." I am not giving you a theatrical comfort, I am giving you tangible relief. Watch the tiny hinges within the next hours, the call that returns, the email that lands, the face that brightens, the delay that unknots, the favor that finds you without begging. These are more than incidents, they are the edges of a larger tapestry that will spread across your next season. I have kept account of everything taken from you: time, energy, trust, opportunities, sleep, and the confidence that once moved like a river through your day. I restore without pettiness. I repay without calculation error. My arithmetic outgrows loss. Where you were subtracted, I multiply. Where you were divided, I gather and make whole. The places where you learned to function while numb, those places are waking up now. Numbness thinks it is protection, healing knows it is resurrection. You are not a collection of broken rooms, you are a house I dwell in, and I am turning lights on, one by one, until every corridor is bright. You have waited for certain words from a certain person to release you, to bless you, to validate you. Hear me, their silence is not your sentence. I speak over you with a voice that fills the space between atoms, and I say, rise. The blessing you thought required their approval has been standing ready the entire time, held in place by my promise, not held hostage by their opinion. You do not need them to be someone they are not in order for you to be who you are. I will show you love that is not bargaining, not performance-based, not exhausted. I will show you favor that is not indebted to flattery. I will show you help that arrives without humiliation. You will not be punished for daring to believe me. I have watched you clean up messes you did not start, soothe tempers you did not inflame, and take responsibility because you are strong, not because you were guilty. I honor the quiet burdens. I honor the way you carried others while your knees ached. But I did not call you to live forever as the unseen strong one. I am elevating you into a form of visibility that does not draw predators but draws provision. I am lifting you from the corners where you learned to be small for safety's sake. I am seating you at tables where your ideas are not only heard but requested. I am changing the atmosphere around your name, so that when it is spoken, it carries a fragrance of trust, excellence, and joy instead of the stale air of suspicion and delay. Fear has worn many costumes around you. It came dressed as practicality, as politeness, as humility, as caution, as just being realistic. I unmask it now. Not to shame you, but to free you. Where fear has said later, I say now. Where fear has said wait until someone else goes first, I say you first. Where fear has said don't be too much, I say be full. There is a dignity to your calling that does not need to shout. It simply stands and the room adjusts. That dignity is yours because I am in you. This is not your ego becoming loud, this is your purpose becoming clear.